Hi everyone, I am Sharadamani, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce. Today we discussed about the characteristics of the corporations. Let's see. In a corporation, legal identity that is it mainly focus on the separate legal existence. It may constrain the distinction level entity and the property ownership and contractual capacity and the legalization of the rights. Okay, let's see. It is a corporation is distinct and legality separate from its owners. It can enter into contacts, own property, and sure or be suicide it in the own name. The existence of the corporation is independent of the individual who constitute it. Chief Justice John Marshall in 1919 describe a corporation as an artificial being, invisible, intangible, and existing only in contemplation of the law. This features gives corporations in legal personality and stability. The second one is perpetuality, life continuity. In this, a corporation enjoys a perpetual succession, meaning its existence continues irrespective of the changes in ownership, management, or membership. The death, insolvency, or withdrawal of the shareholders does not affect the life of the corporations. The most corporation adopt of the perpetual existence, though their state character, ensuring continuity and long-term operations. It have three. The first one is ownership change. The ownership changes do not affect the corporate existence. Okay. The second one is long-term planning. It supports the long-term business planning and stability. And the next one is perpetual existence. It is the corporation existence identify until legally dissolved. Okay, the next one is limited liability protection. It is one of the most important characteristics of the corporation in is limited liability. The stakeholders are not personally liable for the debts or obligation of the corporation. Creditors can resolve their dues only from the asset of the incorporation and not from the personal property of shareholders. The maximum loss faced by the shareholders is limited to the amount invested in the shares. In large scale capital accumulation is having three types. In that, the first one is issuing shares, second one is the limited liability, and the essay of transfer. In issuing of shares, corporations sell the stock or to investors for the capital. The second, limited liability, having the investors are protected from the corporate debts. The third one is essay of transfers. It may contain the stocks can be easily bought and sold. Okay, the next one is the ability to acquire the capital and transfer ownership. It having the it having also the three types, that is enhanced shareholders flexibility, it also called. Okay, in that they have free stock trading, uninterpreted operational, and liquidity. In free stock trading, they have the stock so the shares can be traded without corporate consent. The next one is uninterpreted operations. It having the ownership changes do not affect the daily business activities. And the liquidity, it have the shares provide easy access to cash for the investors. In corporate can raise the large amount of capital by issuing the shares to the wide range of investors. Ownership is divided into transferable shares. It can bought or sold easily without the consent of other shareholders. The liquidity makes invest attractive, support business and expensive and growth. The next one is the understanding of the limited liability. It having stakeholder asset protection, credit claim limitation, and the bank robbery loss limitation. Instead, shareholder asset protection, it is the personal asset or shaded from the corporate liabilities. In the credit claim limitations, creditors can only claim corporation asset, not personal property. In that last one is the losses in bank guarantee of limited to the value of their owned. It have the governance that are merged by a board of director elected by the stakeholders, leading to the separate between the ownership and control. They have the four corporate structures, that is board of directors, regulatory compliances, and taxation. In corporations, they are managed the board of directors elected by the shareholders, lending to the separate between the ownership and control. They are subject to the various state and central regulations. The public companies must comply with the disclosure and reporting requirements. Corporations pay corporate income tax, and shareholders are taxed on dividend, resulting in the double taxation in the case of the corporations. Okay, the importance of the corporations are key patterns, key activities, and the distribution channel, the customer roadmap, and value proposition, and the segmentation of the customers. Okay, so thank you for watching.